Huge.
That means
That we're back?
that we're back.
We are back.
Hey!
Oh, oh man.
Welcome back to Quiet in the Back.
Yeah, welcome back. I am Austin Jenny.
And I am Patrick William. We are the hosts.
We are. We
of
host
the
this.
only podcast on the internet.
Exactly, yeah.
If you hadn't heard, the internet is dead.
Mm-hmm.
We are one of the last remaining human activity spots on the internet.
I'm pretty sure the rest is AI.
Everyone else is bots.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Everyone that I've ever commented against on Reddit is a bot.
Deep faked bot. Yeah, I knew it.
Speaking of narcissism,
Yeah, no kidding. We watched a really crazy movie.
it's a movie that I should have watched a long time ago.
Same.
I've been told that it's a must-watch for many years, including by my own mother.
Nice.
I actually think I've seen parts of this
Yeah,
in my youth,
I'm sure, like in passing.
but
and
I've
such.
never sat down and watched the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about Being John Malkovich.
That's right. Being John Malkovich, starring John Malkovich, John Cusack, Cameron Diaz, Catherine Keener,
And even Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen and Orson Bean.
Orson Bean.
Yeah.
Directed by Spike Jonze, written by Charlie Kaufman, and then the screenplay was also co-written by Spike Jonze.
Yeah.
But the story and conception is all Charlie Kaufman.
All Charlie, baby. All Charlie. What a freak.
What an absolute insane genius.
Yeah, for sure.
What a neurodivergent, insane psychoanalyst.
I just couldn't think of this stuff in my wildest dreams, man. There's just, it's so out there.
Going from this to then adaptation with Nick Cage, just
2 years later or some
so
shit.
meta,
So crazy.
so like investigative of the human psyche.
Yeah. And I really want to watch adaptation again now.
Yeah, having watched this.
Yeah.
I feel like they're supposed to be watched consecutively.
Mm-hmm.
Because the adaptation even starts with references to Being John Malkovich.
I mean,
and
you're
stuff.
on the set of John Malkovich,
exactly.
yeah.
Like they just finished doing that, and then Charlie Kaufman has to go write his next piece. It's insane.
Insanity. This screenplay, or not the screenplay, but he did the writing quite a long time before he was famous.
Yeah.
Before he ever made his big break.
The script was being shopped around Hollywood for years unsuccessfully.
Yeah, until Spike Jonze it landed on, and then Spike Jonze convinced John Malkovich to do it.
Yeah, and you read that if John Malkovich hadn't said yes, that Charlie Kaufman wanted to scrap the movie. He was not willing to just adapt this for a different...
Absolutely not. This was about being John Malkovich.
Yeah, well, part of it is that John Malkovich specifically in real life was a huge inspiration point for Charlie Kaufman in these ideas. So much of this movie is about fame and unhappiness versus like finding happiness, living vicariously through someone else's life. And
For sure.
I'm not old enough to really have experience with John Malkovich's heyday as an adult. So like
Same.
this is a little bit just me reading this on the internet, but apparently he has a sort of a public persona that is cynical about celebrity. But he has like a strange sex appeal and like artistry, like bona fides in like doing theater and stuff that make him sort of like an actor's actor, but also like a public sex icon and like a sexy Hollywood guy.
That's so funny.
And then he's disavowing all of that publicly, saying like it means nothing.
Yeah.
And he's just like the perfect focal point for this type of a story.
Very much so, especially at the time. It's interesting. One of the more recent movies that John Malkovich was in, he played in this movie called Opus. I think we talked about it briefly on the pod once, but it's just he plays like the most well-known and celebrated pop star in all of history. And
I think we watched the trailer for that together.
Yeah, and then he has like his own like little cult thing going on too.
Yeah.
Very strange. He's got a lot of range, that man.
For sure.
This movie was only done on $13 million.
Pretty small.
Pretty small. Yeah.
A lot bigger than Pi.
A lot bigger.
There's 60,000, but
yeah, for sure.
as far as Hollywood movies featuring people like John Cusack, Charlie Sheen, Cameron Diaz, and John Malkovich. Like,
Yeah, that's pretty
13
cheap.
million's not that much.
Totally. So, tell me how this movie made you feel.
Well, at first, just confused.
Yeah.
I was just laughing a lot, and I was bewildered.
Yeah, for sure. So the very first thing I wrote on my notes was just, what the fuck?
It's a very bewildering movie. It's a very playful movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think, as we will discuss, there's a lot of like deeper meaning to this movie, but you don't necessarily need it to be there for this movie still to work, which is why it's a good script.
Yeah.
It's just playful and fun. It's like wacky and whimsical and farcical.
For sure. So strange in so many ways you can't even really count.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, from the very beginning, starting with a puppet.
Yeah.
It's just like Team America, World Police vibes.
So actually, just a quick side note on that. All of the puppets in this movie were made by the guy who made the Team America Police.
Really? Same guy?
Same dude. I have his name down. Something Huber. Albert Huber, I believe.
Hollywood Insider puppet master.
Philip Huber.
Philip Huber.
Yeah, created all of the puppets for this movie and trained John Cusack for months.
Really? So John Cusack is really puppeteering some of those
Straight the
scenes, or
fuck
all
up.
of those scenes?
I think all of them.
That's incredible.
I know.
Because that's genuinely good puppeteering.
Yeah, no, it's really impressive. He's
Like
very
that first
delicate.
scene with like the dance moves, the
I know.
expressiveness.
I know.
Those puppets have eyelashes, or
Yeah.
like eyelids that function. So like, there's real expressiveness coming through.
Yeah, no, John Cusack trained with the main puppet man
That's
for
crazy.
months. I know.
What a role!
I know. Isn't that crazy? It's dedication, man. For
yeah,
real.
for real. So, let's I guess briefly talk about the overarching plot of this film, just so that
Sure.
we can then talk about the ideas and themes.
Sure, please.
This is a movie about a puppeteer who is struggling to find work, and he is in a iffy relationship with, is it his wife?
Yeah.
They're married. He's in a relationship that is clearly not going that hot with his
No.
wife.
Seems situational.
She wants a baby. He's not like comfortable doing it yet because of the work. But also obviously because of some deep-seated like personal insecurities about being a puppeteer.
Yeah. That's a huge part of it.
You know, being essentially being a nobody, but believing that you deserve accolades and praise. He thinks that he is like the level of artist as a puppeteer that deserves to be like a Shakespeare renowned artist. You
For
know,
sure.
a John Malkovich. So he's got insecurity and narcissism running deep in his veins.
Everywhere. Spilling out onto other people.
He finally answers a job listing in the paper. Very dated way of doing that.
Yeah.
And goes to the location for the job interview, and it is a half floor between floors 7 and 8 of a high-rise building, 7.5. The floors are very short, or the ceilings are very short,
Yeah.
and everybody, all the adult humans in there are like crouching over, like hunched their backs and walking down the hallways.
Yeah.
It's like a 5-foot ceiling.
It is absurd.
Yes.
It is one of the silliest things to watch that I have seen in a long time. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. It's like, I'd say it's like a 5-foot ceiling.
Right.
That's too small.
Way too small.
It's so
Like I'm
uncomfortable.
6'1", I need like a good 8-foot ceiling
Yeah, for sure.
to not feel cramped.
Yeah. And then now that, oh God, just walking around like this all day.
Like your
dude.
back is touching the ceiling
Yeah.
when you hunch. It's a very bizarre interview. There's a lot of like miscommunication, talking past each other with the secretary, talking past each other with the interviewer. It's all very baffling and confusing,
Yeah.
but it has meaning that you won't really understand until later, if you understand it at all.
Yeah. True.
But it's very dense and sort of like literary stuff happening. But once he accepts the job as a speed filer,
Yeah. He's very nimble with his fingers.
because of his puppeteer's dexterity,
Exactly.
he can file things very quickly.
I love every time they like zoom in on his hands. He's like,
He finds in his office later on, behind a filing cabinet, a tinier door. It's already a tiny floor. Now it's a tiny door. We're talking about like a 3-foot tall door.
Yes, very Alice in Wonderland.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
It's just a direct
down the rabbit hole.
Yeah,
He
for sure.
opens the door, and it is a literally like muddy hole,
Yeah, in an office
dirt.
building,
Right.
7 floors up.
which goes to nowhere. Like mechanically, structurally, like this makes no sense.
Yes.
Right. He explores the hole. A great wind gusts up and it starts getting muddy, and it pushes him in. The door locks behind him, and he slips down a chute into the mind of John Malkovich.
Yes, he is now in a POV, like first person.
Yep.
John Malkovich in his mind, not controlling him, just sitting there.
Yeah, he has yet to use his puppeteer's influence on a real person, but
Yes.
it's just seeing and experiencing what John Malkovich experiences. It lasts for 15 minutes, and then the system kicks you out
On the New Jersey Turnpike.
the side of the New Jersey Turnpike.
Yeah.
And basically, he turns that into a business, selling pay-per-view like tickets to ride John Malkovich's consciousness with this woman that works in the building.
Yeah, this woman named Maxine, who he's obsessed with.
She is like the total opposite personality-wise of him. She's confident, also narcissistic though.
Extremely.
Extremely narcissistic, but like she's actually successful in her endeavors. She has high confidence. She has sex appeal. She projects a sense of like not needing anyone.
Yeah.
Right. So
For
like
sure.
he's very clingy, needy, and insecure in his narcissism. And she's very confident and extroverted, and manipulative
Extremely.
in her narcissism.
Yeah.
So we've got two sides of like the same coin of a psychological disorder, basically meeting, and then using this John Malkovich thing as a way to get rich.
Yeah. That is it.
Yeah. That's mostly the plot. Like now it just becomes a story of people doing weird things with the John Malkovich portal. Malkovich becomes aware of the portal through a series of events. We see, for example, Maxine reach out to the real life John Malkovich and date him and have sex with him. And our characters, so our main character, what is his name again? Craig. He realizes that if he is in John Malkovich while John Malkovich is on a date with Maxine, then that's like a way for him to date Maxine. But also his wife like realizes the same thing.
Yeah.
His wife goes through John Malkovich and comes out trans.
Yeah. Very interesting
Yeah.
little side plot thing
A
going
little
on
tangent
there.
about identity. A lot of this movie is about the metaphysical concept of identity.
For sure.
But she goes in, she experiences life as a man.
Yeah.
I think John Malkovich is like showering and drying himself off, and she feels like what it's like to have a penis. And
Yeah.
she comes out the other side talking to her husband. She's like, I think I'm trans. I think I'm going to get a transitional surgery.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm a man. She's like, I've always known it. He's like, what?
Yeah. He's
So
not
she's-
very happy about that.
Yeah. She is like undergoing an existential crisis now that she's experienced life as a man.
Totally.
It's unlocked something in her. She's also attracted to Maxine. And the two of them like compete for Maxine via John Malkovich's vessel
Yes.
to try to get experiences having sex with her.
Yeah. And it really fucking devolves into some chaos and some pretty horrible manipulation and locking someone up.
There's kidnapping,
Yeah.
imprisonment, there's manipulation, lying, deception.
Yeah.
I mean, that's essentially rape. It's like a mind rape.
Yeah.
Also of John Malkovich.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the biggest victim in all of
Yeah,
this.
for sure.
He's a huge victim.
Yeah.
At a certain point, he becomes aware of something weird going on. And he follows Maxine back to her place of business and sees their like business documents and stuff and realizes that like
JM Inc.
he's the product.
Yeah.
And they like confess to him right away.
Yeah.
That's part of what I like about this script is that Charlie Kaufman didn't try to have characters like obfuscate or whatever. It just doesn't like move the story forward.
No.
They admit it right away.
Yeah. Like, this is a tunnel to your own head.
They're like, yeah, we actually have access to experiencing life as you, and we've been selling that access for a profit.
So
he's obviously upset about this.
And he demands to see it.
He goes into his own mind, very meta.
Yeah, we get one of the weirdest scenes in probably film history.
Yeah, most
Honestly.
likely, I would wager to say.
Yeah.
It's one of the most bizarre, absurd displays of cinema.
Yeah, it's John Malkovich goes down the tunnel into his own head and is popped out in a world where every single character is John Malkovich, like John Malkovich with titties.
It's like variations of,
yeah.
it's always his face on different bodies.
Yeah. And
Female Malkovich that is dating a male Malkovich, and she's got huge boobs.
and it seems about every noun is Malkovich.
They don't say anything but the word Malkovich.
Yeah, it's just
Malkovich? Malkovich.
Yeah.
Malkovich!
Yeah, there is some
There are
so
hundreds of
strange.
Malkoviches all in a restaurant just saying the word Malkovich to each other.
Yeah,
It's insane.
it really is. It catches you off guard a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I was trying before that scene happened, but I realized that he was going to enter his own mind. I was trying to conceptualize, like, what possibly could you do in a film to represent the idea of a mind experiencing its own consciousness from a second order POV? It didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do
Yeah.
that.
I don't know.
And so
He
the
kinda
way
did.
they did it is almost more like they're exploring what the bedrock of narcissism looks like and feels like. Everyone in the world is just me.
Yeah.
I'm into myself. I'm the only person that matters, and the only word that anyone needs to say ever is my name. I imagine that's what it feels like being Trump every day.
Probably.
Trump. Everyone looks like him. Everyone sounds like him. He
Yep.
just hears his own name.
Just a bunch of thumbs just being mad.
Yeah.
Bomb Gaza. Trump.
But yeah, it's kind of just like a visual reflection of pure, unadulterated narcissism, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to describe it. I hadn't thought of it like that before, and I totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's bewildering,
It's an iconic scene. Very memorable.
to say the least.
But after he gets through it, he is freaked out and he threatens to sue them. He's like, I'll see you in court. And then Craig is like, how do you know I won't be seeing you see me in court? And then goes away into the tunnel again. And he like exerts more influence than he ever has before. They realize that John Malkovich, okay, he's going to blow the lid off of this.
Yeah.
And so he puts his puppeteering expertise to work and takes total control of Malkovich from within.
Yeah. So there's no more 15-minute limit. He just has to, he just operates him. He becomes his puppeteer.
Yeah. And because Maxine is into the fame, the limelight, the money, the success, and the manipulation as a narcissist, she goes into a full-blown long-term relationship with this version of Malkovich being puppeted by Craig.
Yeah.
So Craig feels like he's getting what he wants. Maxine feels like she's getting what she wants. Neither of them have the real thing of the idealized version that they're seeking.
No, not at all.
They both still all have the same insecurities, anxieties, and flaws that they had before.
Lottie's just left to the wayside.
In a cage somewhere.
Yeah. Well, she at that point she's with what's his face, the CEO.
Oh yeah, she gets released by the monkey.
Yeah, but she gets untied by the monkey who remembers through childhood trauma how to untie.
That's so
ropes.
funny. So she is a veterinarian, and she has a bunch of like exotic animals that live in the apartment with them. One is a chimpanzee that wears a diaper and eats dinner at the table with them. And she's explaining how he has childhood trauma.
It's causing his ulcers.
It's causing his ulcers. And there's this scene where Craig has put her in the monkey's cage to keep her from stopping him to go have sex with Maxine via Malkovich.
For sure.
While she's in there, we enter the mind of the monkey. The camera like goes into the monkey's face, and then like you go into like a flashback,
A black and white flashback.
It's like monkey parents being captured by like poachers, and they're speaking with subtitles. They're like, free us quickly. Like, the poacher's coming, like, save yourself. And it's it's his trauma, but you see in his flashback that he knows how to untie knots.
Yeah.
And he uses that knowledge to untie Lottie. Mm-hmm. Frees her from the cage.
Yeah.
So goddamn
She goes
funny,
on her own separate journey, going to the CEO. She had previously noticed that in one of his rooms at a dinner of the CEO of the company that Craig had worked at, that he had a room dedicated to John Malkovich's progression in life.
Yeah.
From childhood.
With photos, with dates and ages.
Yeah, very strange. Doesn't get addressed until later when she shows back up and asks, I am obsessed with John Malkovich.
And I think that you are too, and maybe you could help me figure this out. He reveals to her that this body that he's in currently is his second body. And he is actually the original architect creator of the building.
Yeah, Captain Murdoch.
Captain Murdoch or Merkel or whatever it is. And he has found that via that portal that he can enter another vessel after the age of 40 and take it over.
Yeah.
And it is his key to immortality. Mm-hmm. But John Malkovich is only like 38 at the time of these events or something, 39 or something like that. At some point, we're going to see like 18 months later, we'll get a jump in time.
Yeah.
Where the finale sort of comes to a head. But
where his puppeteer career happens.
He is planning on not only taking over John Malkovich's body himself as a third vessel to prolong his life another like 50 years.
Yeah.
But he's bringing friends.
A lot of them.
Like 10 or 12 elderly people.
Yeah, for sure.
All going to crawl into John Malkovich's consciousness and collectively take it over.
And they do.
They do at the end of the movie.
I love the line, "We are John Malkovich." It's becoming some sort of hive mind fucking.
Yeah, they're becoming
crazy.
the Borg inside of Malkovich. He now not only has the old guy's consciousness, which is in its third vessel, but he's got like 11 other elderly people. And then I assume that collective will also now assimilate more people 50 years from now, find another vessel, and it will just continue. There's going to be like hundreds of people sharing a consciousness.
It is literally going to be
like a couple generations from now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. The implications.
They mentioned that if you go into the mind of someone who's too young of a vessel, you can get trapped in there permanently without the ability to exert control.
Yeah.
So you just become a passive observer of someone else's entire life.
Yeah.
That happens to Craig at the end.
It sure does.
He goes into the mind of John Malkovich's child.
Mm-hmm. Yes, which is kind of his own child, which is also kind of Lottie's child, but also kind of neither.
Yeah. It was created by the body of John Malkovich under control of Lottie in the body of Maxine.
Yeah.
So like all four of these people are involved in different ways, except Craig, really.
Yeah, for the most part.
Craig had nothing to do with it.
Until he is physically inside the little girl's body.
Right. Yeah. So weird.
Yeah, so I mean this movie is really breaking down like all senses of traditional identity.
Yes.
You know?
It is a metaphysical bag of worms,
yes,
as the character says.
For sure.
Identity is a huge thing to discuss. Should we start there?
I think so. I mean, that pretty much covers the plot.
Yeah.
It's like a hard plot to get through. It's like a lot happens in this fucking movie.
So I think there's like two things worth talking about vis-a-vis identity in this movie. One is just the concept of a vessel versus a consciousness. This movie puts forward the thesis pretty clearly that those are not the same thing. You are not your vessel.
Yeah, very much so.
And if theoretically your consciousness could switch vessels, the consciousness would like remain the same.
Yeah.
So it's a very dualistic take on consciousness and the material world. We've talked a little bit about dualism in the past.
Yeah.
I'm personally a monist.
Yeah.
I don't believe in dualism, Cartesian dualism, but this movie sort of posits Cartesian dualism for that to work.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think about that?
I don't agree with it. I don't think. I think I think our consciousness is quite tethered to our bodies.
Yeah, I don't see how. I do understand the inclination, the reflexiveness to say, well, the mind has all of your like memories, beliefs, opinions, points of view, etc. inside of it. And just because maybe we swap bodies wouldn't mean I change all of my opinions about art.
Yeah.
Or I change, I don't know, like my ethical standards, for example. And I understand that, and I think that's rational. I think where it breaks down is that your experience of life is experienced via the vessel.
Yeah.
So if you're tall, that influences the way you act.
Yeah.
If you're short, that influences the way you act.
For
if
sure.
you're white, if you're black, if you're male, if you're female.
Every aspect of
all
your
of
physical body.
The physical form factors of your experience influence your personality. It's like almost like soil and flour. That's still a dualistic way of looking at it, but I think that's more accurate in a dualistic way than just like goldfish bowl.
Yeah. No, I don't think we're just meat suits.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't think you can just take the goldfish out into a different bowl of water and it's the same goldfish.
No, it's
Like,
very different.
There's an interactivity. It's a two-way street, in my opinion. So I don't really buy that.
Yeah.
But it's a very interesting conversation starter at the very least. The other thing I think that's very interesting about identity is more juicy. And that's to do with the narcissism and the projection and trying to live out a life that you believe you deserve or have. And that's somehow like different than the one you currently actually have. So this sense of being able to like project a false identity like over your own and live through it.
Yeah.
Or do that via a celebrity.
Yeah, vicariously through a celebrity. Or,
right. Having like a parasocial relationship with John Malkovich from the theater and imagining yourself as him. And that process like actually changing you over time.
Yeah.
That's like what narcissism is capable of doing.
For sure. Without a doubt, it is I think it's easily does that to somebody.
Yeah.
If you really like revel in your own narcissism for a long time, it very much so changes you as a person.
Reimagine yourself in different ways.
Yeah.
And that's not always unhealthy. A lot of that is just the natural process of change and growth.
Sure.
We talked about in our Annihilation episode, like self-destruction as a form of creative growth, changing your life. It's not always a bad thing.
Yeah.
But I think Charlie Kaufman in this film is pointing out the bad parts of it.
Agree. I mean, you start to believe your own lies and your own grandeur that you've falsified and created about yourself and so many other nasty things that come along with it, you know?
Yeah. It's exemplified by the fact that our main character is a puppeteer. He creates a physical manifestation of himself, which he can then control, allowing him to exert more control over this false projected reality than he has over his own real life. Because in his real life, he doesn't have a good job. He's afraid of starting a family with his wife because of finances and probably just the emotional insecurity.
Yeah.
But in his puppet world, he can create scenarios, act them out.
Everything's perfect.
It's a fantasy.
Yeah.
He's a god.
Yeah.
Right? It's like the perfect narcissistic activity.
For sure.
For him. But it's all just a projection. But, you know, it's not actually like helping him.
No, it's only hindering. Well,
but then he ends up, I mean, I think in the case that we're shown with Kaufman, it is only hindering him.
Yeah, yeah.
He's using it as a crutch. It's like a psychological tool to escape his real problems. Instead of addressing his real life and making meaningful changes and growing for real, like emotional growth, he's just playing with puppets. Right? He's just playing with dolls. And then you see the whole scenario with John Malkovich. It's just an extended metaphor from the puppet. It's essentially the same thing
for sure.
we're seeing again. So much so that he even does the same dance. I forget the name of his dance. It's a named movement of like ballet.
Grief and depression or some shit.
Yeah, it's like a dance of grief and sadness.
Yeah.
And his puppet's doing it in the opening scene, and then he does it in Malkovich's body for Maxine later, and she's so impressed. But it's just a full circle representation of his projection onto this like external thing, trying to have more control, security, success than he has in real life.
Yeah.
And it's not working. It's not getting him there.
No, not at all. You know, I never would have associated puppetry with narcissism before this movie at all. Not in the slightest.
To me, it's not the physical act of puppeteering.
Of course.
It's more the specific actions that he's engaged in, which is making the puppet based on himself.
Making one based on Maxine, making them
He had
live
one
out.
based on his wife, then he turns into Maxine, then he turns Maxine into himself.
Yeah, that's also blurring some interesting lines.
It's not necessarily the puppeteering intrinsically that's narcissistic. It's him using it as a mechanism for projection, as a way of like trying to ameliorate his own insecurities, which obviously doesn't work.
I wonder if he, in sitting in the little girl's body, thinks that it was worth it.
I think he's full of regret.
You think so?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I feel like he might be the type of person, though, that like reveled in that attention so much.
Do you remember his last words?
No.
As the movie is fading out?
I thought it was just Maxine.
The little girl is sitting there having a picnic with her parents, Maxine and Lottie. He is watching them through her eyes, and he is so upset that he's not with Maxine or Lottie, and they're together and not with him. He doesn't want to see it. It's causing him anguish to see it, and he's begging the girl, the vessel, to look away.
All right.
He's saying, please look away. I don't want to see it. Look away. And she's just
Yikes.
happily looking at her parents.
Ugh.
And he's being tortured.
Yeah. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
He's a real piece of shit
He
in
is.
this movie.
He's a huge piece of shit.
Yeah. So quick to flip on his wife and so many other things.
Yeah. So to me, that's the identity stuff. It's the fun little exploration of Cartesian dualism, but bigger than that, it's the idea of the narcissistic projection, trying to turn your life into the life of someone else's.
Yeah.
Because you're like unsatisfied.
Yeah. That's not the way to do it, man.
No.
At all.
Real change and growth takes a lot of like work and slow progress.
Yeah.
Like, actual steps have to be taken to become less insecure. Actual steps have to be taken to progress your career,
Yeah.
to develop a stronger emotional foundation with your wife.
Yeah.
And
you can't just hop into some dude's body and
yeah, dude. Just because someone else has the attributes that you wish that you had,
yeah.
doesn't mean you can just become them.
Gross.
Yeah. Connected to that, there's a lot of critique in this movie about like Hollywood and fame,
Yeah.
I think. And I think that the whole projection thing just like works on that level too. Charlie Kaufman is clearly very cynical about celebrity in Hollywood,
For sure.
which is why he chose Malkovich. Fame is not a shortcut to happiness.
Yeah.
Financial success is not a shortcut to happiness.
No.
There's like real emotional work that has to be done to be happy, to be a happy, content person.
Definitely. And like money and notoriety can like relieve some of like the incompetence or something that you feel to an extent, but it's never going to fix your core problems. You can throw all the money in the world at a problem, but if you're depressed, you're depressed.
If your problem is a lack of money, money can fix that problem.
Yeah,
If
for
you
sure.
need to put food on the table,
Yeah.
you need a new car, you can't afford your rent. Obviously, money fixes those types of problems.
Definitely.
If your problem is emotional insecurity, money might make that worse.
Yeah. It's isolating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Attention might make that worse. Celebrity attention. It might inflate the wrong parts of your ego.
Yeah.
without addressing the healing required for the other parts.
Yeah, blowing up your narcissism and
Yeah.
then falling down this path that we just discussed.
I mean, like, how many beautiful Hollywood actors still get the plastic surgery?
bro, it's so upsetting.
It's
like,
insane.
It's like I can't. I don't even know how to relate to it. You know,
No.
like at all. I physically
Their
can't do it.
body dysmorphia is so enhanced due to the culture that they are inside of and the physical environment. Like, they look around, they see other people with the surgeries, and then they are like, am I doing something wrong? Why don't I fit in? I was just watching an interview with, I forget how to pronounce her name. I think the last name is Jaleel. She's like a beautiful Indian woman, British Indian woman. She was in The Good Place, and I think she was in New Girl.
Okay. Oh yeah, I think I know who you're talking about then.
That actress, gorgeous.
Yeah.
And to her credit, she was talking about not getting surgeries and stuff, but she literally had to move back to London for her mental health because living in Hollywood and LA was so taxing and toxic.
God.
All the women around her, she was like, they don't age. I'm aging and no one my age looks like me anymore.
That's so sad and weird and unnatural.
And she was like, she's like, I recognized these feelings in myself and had to leave because if someone as strong as me is getting this type of like insecurity, then imagine everyone else. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, these people are doing it and they're gorgeous. Like the girl from The Boys.
Dude,
Starlight.
I was going to bring her up. The buccal fat removal surgery is what that is.
so bad.
That one where, they get rid of all of this
Cheek fat.
Yeah.
To tighten that up.
Yeah. It looks
When
so
you-
sad.
When they pair that with lip fillers and a nose tuck, like, it just makes you look so weird.
It's just so
not good.
It's so crazy too, because I don't know. I feel like it's not in us biologically to find it. It seems alien.
Yeah.
You know, I don't find that attractive.
They're turning themselves into something that they think looks better specifically for the camera from only a few particular angles.
Yeah, and for other women, because I mean that's also a huge part of it. You know.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's not going to make you happy.
No, no, it's not.
This is all a byproduct and an outcome of the type of stuff that Charlie Kaufman is thinking about in this movie. He sees all of this happening as far back as the 90s.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even want to get his opinion on the 2020s.
My God, bro. Like, I mean,
How
in just
far
in
we've
every
fallen.
aspect, you know, you haven't even, back then you haven't even taken social media into consideration. And
God.
You know, it's like that's 100x every single one of those problems.
Right. We need a 2020s film from Charlie Kaufman
Yeah.
about
shit.
social media.
No shit.
Because all of his movies have some level of like technology interacting with the human psyche and exploring the way that technology changes identity and
Yeah.
communication and stuff.
Damn, dude. Charlie Kaufman kind of like the first Black Mirror, dude.
He's a deep thinker.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
That's awesome.
I was reading that this movie also has a metaphor in it about sort of the cinema effect of watching movies. This whole idea of like seeing the world through another person's eyes.
Yeah.
You go to the theater or you watch a movie at home or whatever, but you're seeing like a forced perspective. Someone else is taking you on a mental journey through an imaginary world for a reason, which makes it a little different than what we see in the movie. But it's like putting yourself into someone else's eyes, like looking through a camera into someone else's ideas.
Yeah.
And that's like what these characters are all doing when they enter John Malkovich's mind.
Yeah.
And the review that I was reading was saying that that's an intentional sort of like a metaphor or analysis by Kaufman, sort of maybe not critiquing it per se, but exploring the power that actors and Hollywood have over the public.
The public. Yeah.
Right.
I completely agree that it's very powerful.
Right.
I think I've been thinking about this a little bit too. I think I subscribe to the idea that just overall cinema and Hollywood in general is desensitizing us to a lot of things, so specifically violence. How do you feel about that?
I don't know. I'm not going to dismiss it as wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not going to endorse it.
Yeah.
I haven't spent time thinking about that, really.
Mm-hmm.
To the extent that I have thought about that, it's always been in the context of the argument of like people criticizing movies and video games for causing violent behavior.
Yeah.
And to that end, I disagree.
I agree with you in that sense.
Now, whether or not it's desensitizing us to those things is a different question.
Yeah.
I definitely think that, like, in general, the media specifically, I don't think movies desensitize us, I guess. I do think that, like, news coverage,
Yeah.
the way we talk about school shootings, the way we talk about war, famine, poverty, the federal budget,
Yeah.
all of these things desensitize the morality, and they, like, shrink it into this political conversation.
Mm-hmm.
The Overton window controls that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it's one of those things where I think if you approach a conversation from a political angle off the bat,
Yeah.
you're going to get political responses.
For sure.
And because we live in a polarized world, you're going to get arguments. But if you approach these types of conversations from, like, a moral or humanistic point of view first and don't bring any politics into it,
Yeah.
you'll get people agreeing with each other a lot more.
For sure.
That's where I think people are being, like, desensitized in a way. Funding to different needs is always, like, debated.
Yeah.
In times when it just, like, shouldn't be debated.
For sure. Just send the money.
Send the money.
Send the money. Help the people.
Right? Like,
Ugh.
so stupid. Just things like, well, and there's a lot of politics involved, but, like, with Elon Musk cutting all the budget for U.S. aid, tens of thousands of people, children mostly, are dying now from diseases that they needed medication for or from starvation.
Yeah, that could have been prevented. Yeah.
Were actively being prevented by the efforts of USAID. And they cut it ostensibly to better preserve our federal deficit.
Yeah, which is crazy because it was like a $50 billion budget total.
Out of, like, hundreds of trillions of dollars. Like, it was a drop in the bucket when you do the stats on that stuff.
Yeah.
But more importantly, I guess, to the politics of it, USAID was housing one of the agencies that was investigating Elon Musk's companies for corruption.
Nice.
So that's why he gutted them. It had nothing to do with the budget.
But all
again,
the corruption, Patrick, they got rid
Yeah.
of so much corruption, don't you know?
Again, it's just one of those things where, like, if you start with the political stuff, with Musk, with corruption, with investigations, and then lead into should USAID be funded, conservatives will say no because Musk's their boy. Liberals will say yes because we want Musk in the grave. You know what I mean? But if you just start with, hey, we have this amount of resources. There's a bunch of food sitting in storage shipping containers.
Yeah, going
already
bad.
there.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of hungry people. Vote yes to give it to them. Like,
Yeah, that's
everyone should say yes to that, right?
yeah.
So I don't know. I think media definitely fucks with our brains in a wholly negative way, in a partisan way.
I guess saying movies or cinema in general is a little too narrow. I would definitely extend that to just media is desensitizing human beings to all sorts of things that
it's like
would not have hit like this.
It's abstracting the human experience into, like, this rationalistic debate where these things don't need to be debated. They're just, like, obvious what we need to be doing. And if you just think about it at a human level, the course of action is clear. But if you think about it at, like, a media lensed political level,
it's optics, baby.
Yeah, it's all optics.
All optics.
But I don't think that, like, violent movies desensitize me to real life violence. Like, when I see someone get punched in the face, like, I'm really upset about that.
Yeah.
If I see it in a movie, I can laugh. But, like, that doesn't, like, follow me into my real life. In my experience, it hasn't yet.
Yeah. You are also one of strong mind, though.
Strong mind.
Strong mind.
I hope.
I worry about people with lesser of strong minds in some sense, but
yeah,
not too much. It's just a passing thought. More back on the movie, you were telling me about the difference in the actors that played the roles.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
So I was reading that they were cast against type. So everyone's familiar with the idea of being typecasted. You have a reputation of playing a certain type of character, or you look the part of a certain type of character. So you just keep getting that type of role over and over. Intentionally, they got actors and actresses to play against their type in this film.
Yeah.
So Cameron Diaz, notable bombshell,
for sure,
plays the sort of like mousy, ugly duckling wife who gets totally upstaged by like the femme fatale of Catherine Keener.
Yeah. Who's known for not doing that.
Yes, she's known for the opposite. So they flipped the two female expectations. John Cusack has always played usually like a charming, confident leading man.
Yeah. A
bit of a rom-com
for
kind
sure
of guy. He plays a total loser, insecure, anxious.
Antisocial freak,
right?
To be honest.
And then the whole thing revolving around Malkovich is also because Malkovich in real life was very against type. He's very cynical about his own celebrity. We talked about that at the top of the episode.
Yeah.
So like all of these things are intentional, and they're by design to make you feel like these identities are like wrong. Like you're seeing something that should be a different way.
That's pretty cool. It's quite clever. I don't know if I've ever really seen that before in a movie.
Right.
Like, I mean, it's just not what you'd expect
casting
ever.
Being used as a tool of storytelling.
Yeah, for sure.
Crazy. It's very meta.
Very meta.
Like everything that Charlie Kaufman does is meta to the extent that it's like about his real life. It's about real people in real life. But then it's like fictionalized versions of that. He's messing with the medium. He's doing a movie about writing a book.
Yeah.
Like
he's
always playing with all of these elements. It's never just like a linear concept with him.
Yeah, not at all. I did write down a lot of his bigger movies for the peoples to know what you guys should watch for sure. Being John Malkovich, obviously. Adaptation, Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind.
Bangers.
We reviewed that one, gave it a 10 earlier this year.
Yep.
Human Nature, I've never seen. No idea. And Confessions of a Dangerous Mind.
Haven't seen either of those.
Me neither.
Synecdoche, New York.
Yeah, Synecdoche, New York. And I'm thinking of Ending Things, which I think we're watching New York next year.
We're going to do Synecdoche.
Next year? Cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a crazy man.
Kaufman's one of those ones. He's one that needs to be on your list.
Yeah. And also just like, man, I hope he makes something else.
I know.
Like,
when was his last movie?
I couldn't tell you. I guess I'm thinking of Ending Things was recent.
Okay.
It was like within the last 5 years, I want to say. It's on Netflix, I believe.
5 years is still a big gap.
Yeah, right.
But he's only made what? Like that's like 7 movies.
I think
since the 90s.
He's a writer for like total of like 10 or 11 movies.
He's probably doing a lot of other types of writing that if we were getting into his books, we'd probably see him being a bit more prolific.
I'm sure.
There's, every medium has its own limitations, and there's probably things you can do with text alone that you can't really do with a movie.
100%. Yeah.
And there's things you can do in a movie that you can't do in a book.
Mm-hmm.
And he's aware of those limitations and plays against them.
Beautifully. I'm thinking, I guess first, do you have anything else you want to add to this?
No, we've hit everything that I wrote.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk about trans identity issues, but we did talk about identity as a whole.
Yeah.
But it is a very interesting side part of the conversation.
For sure.
That Cameron Diaz identifies as trans after experiencing life through Malkovich.
Yeah.
And immediately, she immediately recognizes the truth of it.
Mm-hmm.
And if nothing else, this movie is a very, very ahead of its time in terms of the national discourse around this stuff.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I mean, we're sliding back, farther than before this, probably.
I'm not sliding back, but the national discourse, at least from the current power structure,
Certainly.
yes, is demonizing trans people again.
Yeah, for sure.
But in 1999, trans people were already like not very accepted. Like
Yeah.
you were the butt of all jokes in the 90s, early 2000s. Like obviously, even gay people were like the butt of jokes in the 2000s. Trans people weren't even like in consideration for being normalized yet in terms of the national psyche.
No, definitely not.
This film bringing that out in such like a non-judgmental, like
Just a casual way.
right, like Cameron Diaz just says it, and it's just like so factually clear that that's a possibility.
Yeah, and what she's feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like so clear why she would feel that way.
Yeah.
It explains the idea that like you could be trapped in the wrong body and you have like an awakening moment. You're like, wait, it's felt wrong for so long, and now I get it. And now I can see the pathway forward to like actualizing my identity in a way that makes sense. It would make me happy.
Yeah.
When you don't like moralize it, because this movie does no moralizing.
No.
It just presents it factually.
Yeah.
It makes it so much clearer than when you like do this moralized political debate about LGBTQ rights, this, that, Christian values. Like, fuck all that shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Just let them be.
The way it's framed in this film just makes it so obviously logically possible and factually accurate.
Certainly.
That you can be that way.
Yeah.
And that if you are that way, that you should be able to like change your reality to make yourself happy.
Yeah, for sure.
So very ahead of its time.
Way. I just don't. I can't even think of a movie around the same time that brought anything like that up.
It's the only one, unless there's like a niche like trans documentary out there, which I'm sure there was.
Yeah, but that doesn't count. Like
in
a
terms
mainstream
of mainstream
movie.
Hollywood movies. Yeah, this is like the only one that I know of.
Yeah. Before we rate it, there was one nice little quote that I wrote down, not from the movie itself, but from a review that I thought just kind of summed it up nicely. So, Being John Malkovich is about the absurdity of the human condition, our yearning to be someone else, our inability to escape ourselves, and the strange beauty and horror of consciousness itself. I thought that tied it up really nicely.
Yeah. The beauty and horror of consciousness itself.
Yeah. Like, hell yeah. Good little quote.
For real.
Yeah. How the hell are you going to rate this movie, Patrick? Because it's weird.
Right.
It's just such a weird fucking movie.
I think that it has a lot of what I'm looking for in a 10. I don't think it's quite there.
I would agree with you.
I want to give it a soft 9.
Yeah. Right on the money. Right on the money.
It's got all of the conceptual, philosophical stuff that I seek in a provocative, mind-expanding movie that could qualify as a 10. But I just think that, like, the absurdism and, like, farcical nature of the plot is a bit goofy to the point that it's, like, it's a little bit hard to take it fully seriously at times.
For sure. I mean, especially like the first half of this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I was so, and it came together, but I was just so like, what the fuck is going on?
And when you're watching like an actual puppet dance for like 3 full minutes in the first scene, it's not exactly like my bag of tea.
Yeah, for sure.
My cup of tea.
Yeah. That being said, though, pretty much every other aspect of this movie is fantastic.
Yeah.
The acting, great. The directing is serviceable. The writing is a hard 10. You know?
Yeah. I think it's a great film.
Yeah.
I just think it could be, if it was a little different, it could have been a 10, but as it stands, it's a little bit weird and goofy in a way that's a little bit like distracting.
Yeah.
Like when I'm watching the film and then I'm like, it's breaking my immersion and I'm looking over at you like, what the fuck am I watching right now?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like that's making it hard for it to truly be a 10.
For sure.
But it's in 9 territory.
Absolutely for me as well. I mean, yeah, it's like I can't in good faith give a 10 to a movie where the first 4 notes I wrote down were like, what? What is going on? What the fuck? I don't know what to think. I can't think.
Right.
But that all being said, yeah, man, this is absolutely worth a watch.
Yeah.
And it's a fun second to last movie.
Second to last movie. Yep.
That's right. Next week, we're going in.
Going in on No Country for Old Men.
That's right.
We're wrapping up the year. 1 year on the books for Quiet in the Back.
Crazy.
Got our next year planned mostly. Things are subject to change as usual, but we've got a full list.
That's right.
52 more weeks.
That's right. It's crazy. It's going to fly by. I know it.
Yeah, truly. Yeah, well, we'll see also, hopefully in the near future, about, I don't know, maybe like setting up a Patreon where people could subscribe.
Yeah. Do some bonus content for them. That sort of stuff.
Right.
You guys suggest movies there.
Patrons can help us finance improvements to the pod by subscribing to the pod.
For sure.
Things like lights and camera lenses, furniture, things that would just sort of physically improve the podcast.
Yeah.
Can be manifested through Patreon. So I think that's sort of next year's goal. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah. Hopefully we get some merch running sometime next year.
Cool.
Yeah. It'll be really cool.
Tell us what merch you want from Quiet in the Back.
Hats, hoodies, gloves. You want
a bunch of stuff with our faces on it?
You want
we can do that.
You want some nice thongs with Patrick's face
Whale
on the front.
tail Patrick.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, yeah, thanks for watching to the end. I appreciate you. You click that button.
Give us a like, subscribe, review us 5 stars.
You know the drills.
Comment. Tell us if you're a Cartesian dualist or more of a Spinozan monist.
Malkovich.
Malkovich. This has been Malkovich in the Back.